Testing 1 2 1 2. All right, we're live. Hi guys, and welcome back to VR Essentials, where we talk about the practical uses of virtual reality. Today, very exciting because there are some updates with the Deca Gear, so I'm very excited to be able to share this information with you. But before, just to let you know that there will be a brand new HP Reverb G2 for one of you to win, courtesy of HP themselves, who will send it to you directly, and also Cybershoes, who will send a brand new pair of Cybershoes to one of you guys as well. And we're going to be giving out also a $50 voucher that you can redeem against Quest Store, Steam Store, or Viveport. Whatever you want is up to you. And a fourth person will be able to win some game keys to some games. So do make sure that you do enable the bell notification after you subscribe for the details of the competition entry coming very soon. All right, so back to today's video. I'm very excited, and we're going to stick to the facts. Guys, no hype, no speculation, no nothing like that. Just the facts. So for those who you don't know, the Deca Gear was announced last year in October of 2020. It's supposed to be a PC-powered VR headset with two LCD, 2100 by 2160 by 2160 per eye, 90 Hertz, 114 degrees horizontal by 109 degrees vertical in terms of the field of view, and IPD adjustment and all this kind of stuff. Now, what was really exciting about this specific VR headset when it was first announced was the fact that, and we have spoken about this on the YouTube channel. So let me just go to our channel, go to here. So what was very exciting about this specific VR headset that was very new was, originally speaking, it was supposed to be released for about $450 US, and it was supposed to have facial tracking as well. So it would have been literally the first VR headset to have facial tracking. I'm just trying to find the actual VR headset. Here it is. So it would have been the first VR headset, PC VR headset, to actually have facial tracking enabled, where basically, if I just go here, if I go, where is it? There will be some timestamps put in the description below, guys, by the way. Is it here? Okay, let's just go to the Deca Gear page itself. I think it'll be, so Deca Gear. Okay, there we go. And then it will be facial tracking. Okay, there we go. So this is what we were really super excited about when it was first released, was the fact that you had this headset where you could basically move your mouth, your eyes, your eyebrows, all this kind of stuff. And basically they have about 50 different points where it can track your face to do all this. And this is all built in. So it was supposed to be already released by now, to be honest with you. Originally, they did say on MRTV, Sebastian Ang's YouTube channel, that they were going to do a Kickstarter campaign trying to get more investment and release some some headsets to the general public, but there has been some delay, and these delays have been reported by for example, Upload VR. A first look at Mikadodo's mysterious Deca Gear VR headset this weekend. Well, sort of. So this is basically when they did an event with VR chat. So you were able to go to this event and check the actual VR headset online in the virtual market or virtual. Okay, let me just try to go to the actual. Okay, it's not there, but never mind. Basically, they were taking part in the virtual market in VR chat, which happens every single year, called VCAT. And then they were going to have a room where you could basically go in virtual reality, try out the VR, or touch it, or manipulate it, or have a first look at it within VR itself. However, there were some issues reported with the actual basically some delays, as I just mentioned now, with the actual release of the actual headset itself. VR hardware startup Magadodo Games announced a strategic pivot, warning of inflating component costs and longer pre-order shipping delay for Deca Gear. Updated on November 14, Kunzman, who's the founder and CEO of Deca Gear at the moment, or Deca the company confirmed excessive pre-orders will be fulfilled at the price of $450. So for those who already put a deposit, they will still be able to get it at that price. However, anyone who wasn't able to pre-order it will have to buy it at a more expensive price. And at the moment, the price is set to be around $700. So it was first announced, as I mentioned, in October 2020, which was last year. However, there will be a delay for Q2 of 2022. So, and possibly in 2023, he wants Megadodo to release a Deca Brick OS, which other devices makers can use, presumably as a standalone VR operating system. And we're going to dive a little bit more into this very quickly. So it was also on the, Deca.net website where, they have all the information about the Deca Gear and basically, in shortage, consumer electronics, let me just try and make it bigger so you can read also, affects badly small companies like us, and it is not going to be resolved in the near future. Semiconductors crave for big orders while investors see too many risks for substantial investment. Even if we solve the financial issues and produce a headset as is, its current price is going to be $700, more than double the cost of a Quest 2. So if I just fast forward a little bit, I will put a link description below so you can go and read everything. So what now? Well, it is time to pivot and change to a direction that will allow us to build the future in VR towards an open ecosystem. I started with the inability of device makers like us to compete with ecosystems such as Facebook Meta, but this is true for content publishers as well, because they are bound by the rules and restrictions of the host ecosystem, dictating what content to publish and how to monetize it. Epic Apple case is a good example, similar to the situation in the mobile web, where we can choose between the App Store or the Play Store. We will soon we will soon see a few mega corporations corner the XR market through controlled ecosystems. I don't think that the current status quo where Facebook allows using the headset with Steam VR will continue for long. It is serving a purpose for now, which is true. They're making money through Steam because they have no choice. But in the future, it's very well possible that Steam will no longer be compatible with the Steam VR for sure. Now, these are the details as to when potentially the Deca Gear will be available. So what we know is Q2 2022, Blogger Edition goes to bloggers. Okay, let's see what happens in Q2, if we will receive one of these, or if other bloggers, of course, will receive it. However, by Q4 2022 is a limited edition of Deca Gear is produced and shipped by us. Okay, so they are hoping that by the end of next year, which means they're going to be competing with Apple, they're going to be competing with also Pimax, who are looking to release their own latest VR headset, which is going to be amazing VR headset, guys. But it is supposed to be extremely expensive. So let's see, but they will be competing with them at the end of the day. Q4 22 Deca Gear is sold and shipped by other device makers. This is part of a new solution, which they will share soon. Q2 2023 Deca Brick OS is released, and Q3 2023 Deca Brick is sold and shipped by other device makers. Now, what I want to talk to you guys about is also, there are some updates, and one of the updates that come in this video is that they just released a video pitch literally a couple of days ago on the actual Deca YouTube channel. So let's go through that very quickly, because I think it's very interesting, and I have also, I have saved the pages. So now the first thing is when you open the actual presentation, is the first thing he says is that the Deca Gear you'll probably buy within the next 5 years. So does this mean that, it's really going to be available in Q4 2022? Excuse me. I think that is an important question to ask, because why is the presentation saying that it's going to be available within the next 5 years and not within Q4 of 2022? So that's the first update I want to give you guys. The other update I think that is very interesting is the actual controllers that they're looking to create. Now, what they're trying to do is basically come up with a system where you don't have to keep typing your name, your user login, your credit card, your this, your that, and more importantly, not have to use the controller to actually do stuff in VR. So using your hands. Now, of course, hand tracking is something that is very important in virtual reality. We've been featuring Ultraleap and what they can do because now we're brand ambassadors to Ultraleap. They've sent us the Ultraleap IR 170, which is here on the Pico Neo 3 Pro. So do hit the enable bell after you subscribe for details of all these different videos as we're going to be testing out all the Ultraleap system and all this kind of stuff. But also more importantly, because what they're looking to do, which I think is quite cool,
finger tracking,
is basically they're going to input, similarly to what you have on your phone, a system here. I don't know if I can make it any bigger. No, I can't. Okay. But basically, you're going to be able to put your finger or your thumb or whatever on a thumb tracker that will then accept all your payments, which I think is going to be very useful. Or perhaps in the future, you won't even need all this. It's like your headset will be able to track your hands, your finger. You just put, you just basically, take your hand and then, do this, right? And then you're like, okay, confirm payment, boom. And then your headset will be able to track your hands directly. I think it will make much more sense to have that than to have it on the controller. However, I also think it does make sense to have it on the controller because if you're using the controller inside of the VR headset and not specifically your hands, then of course it makes sense to just put it on your controller and then you don't have to click on anything, you don't have to type on anything, all this kind of stuff. I think it will be also, very, very useful. Of course, so this is an update. Now, this also can explain as to why, I just want to, and I will put this in a timestamp, as to why the headset is late. I think it's late because new technology is coming, guys. New technology is evolving very fast. They cannot be in the PC VR state. It's not possible. They will never, ever, because PC VR is going to die. It's not going to die. It's going to evolve, It's going to evolve into another different type of technology. But at the end of the day, PC VR, it's so costly to have PC VR. It is not what everyone wants. It's not what is useful. If you have money to splash, fine, get PC VR. But at the end of the day, the majority do not have PC VR or do not have the funds for PC VR. So things are evolving, technology is evolving. That is why the Deca Gear is late, because they need to evolve the technology. They probably don't want to release something that is tied to something specific that you can use today. They're probably looking towards the future, and that means they have to add components inside of the Deca Gear in order for it to not be too costly for them when they're looking to improve and evolve the version 2.0 and all these kind of things. And also, guys, we need to be honest. Being in VR is so costly. It doesn't cost. It's not going to take an investment of $10,000 for you to create your first VR headset. Let's be honest about this. It probably costs 50,000, if not 200,000, or possibly even $500,000 because you need to get all the developers, you need to get all the designers, you need to create the headset. You also need to do all the controllers, the hand tracking technology, the facial control technology. You need to hire all the engineers for this kind of stuff. It costs money, guys. You can't expect these kind of things to just cost like $5,000 to develop and 6 months and boom, you got a VR headset. No. However, where Deca Gear went wrong is the marketing. They promised things, they promised this, they promised that. The website looks fantastic. The marketing collateral looks amazing. But at the end of the day, you're late. So they should have taken into consideration all these kind of things. But us and the media, I mean the proper media and those who do the research, the fact checking before they release content on the internet, we were very skeptical. We knew from the get-go that we wouldn't have something by now. We're like, oh, all right, let's see. Even Sebastian Ang from MRTV said, let's see. We have said it on the channel. Let's see. Road to VR, Upload VR. I mean, all the journalists who really do fact check, we were all like, let's see. So, we weren't taken into the buzz, right? But we also know that it is very possible that the Deca Gear VR headset is not dead. And I don't know why there are people out there who are saying Deca Gear dead. I mean, I don't know, maybe it's to buzz, maybe it's to get some clicks, some likes. I don't know. I don't have any idea. Is it dead? No, it's not. And I'm going to show you exactly why. The fact is that if we just transition over again to the presentation, the fact is you wouldn't have someone doing a presentation, spending money, keep it going. It's not dead, it's late is what it is. I don't think it's dead. I really don't think it's dead, but it is very much late. That is very true. So let's move on to the next update. So of course, this is what I was just talking about. What we were very excited about was the facial tracking. This was also very much part of the presentation he was giving, the pitch video presentation, which was only released a couple of days ago, as I just mentioned, and we're all, HTC have released a tracker for this, of course, the next Cambria, we know that Oculus, Meta, Facebook are working on the next VR headset, which would also have facial tracking, all these kind of things there. And then also the next update is the Deca Brick. So this is, I think, why the headset is late, to be honest with you. Now, they're going for what potentially Valve are doing with the next VR headset. They're looking to have a brick of some kind also, or some kind of hub. I wouldn't call it, I don't know why they want to call it Deca Brick. I wouldn't associate the word brick with VR. I would call it Deca Hub. I think it's much more open and flexible kind of marketing word. It's more of an attractive pull factor as opposed to a push factor, because you want to pull people in, not push them out. But basically, this is, I think, the reason why they're late is because they realized that, Apple are going to come out with their own Deca Hub as well, not just Valve, and they potentially could be other VR headset manufacturers who are going to do the same thing too. And this hub basically is going to enable you to
put it somewhere in your house. You don't need.
It basically means that you can store more information in it without having to purchase a really expensive computer or PC. So I think that's really what it is. It's a PC all-in-one, right? But of course, you can't use it to. At the moment, what we do know with the Deca Hub is that you won't be able to use it as a PC, so you won't be able to download, Microsoft Windows in it. In fact, they're using apparently Linux, and it will only be compatible if you're going to be using Steam VR with Linux-based games, is what he said. So if your game is not Linux built, then how is it going to be compatible with another VR game? I don't know. He also doesn't really talk about how they're going to develop the content inside. However, there is another update, and I will talk about this very briefly, but there is a mention as to, creating a library of some sort, because, and I'll just move forward to the next update as to what he spoke about. This is, by the way, Kunzman, the founder and CEO of Deca Gear. So here he's just talking about how he doesn't believe the PCs are the future for PC VR. So he's really looking to, scrap the PC, and that's why he's introducing the Deca. He doesn't believe in it, so so that's why he's introducing the Deca Hub, the Deca Brick. Okay, let's just call it whatever he calls it. So if I just go to here we go. So here he's talking about the future and the evolution of how user interfaces will be in the future. And he's looking at creating a user interface inside of the Deca Brick where basically everything is interactable. So he's basically saying that at the moment, it's 2215, okay. At the moment, he's saying that everything inside of VR, the competitors, is basically a 2D panel wrapped inside of a 3D environment, which is very true. It's very true. You have to use a controller, or of course, you can use your hand in the Meta Quest 2, or you can use the Ultra Leap system as well if you're going to be using other VR headsets in PC VR. But at the end of the day, it is very true. It is a 2D thing that you can, you can't really expand it, you can't really play with it. You have to use your controller, your hand, in order to, interact with the user profile. So what he's looking to do, he's looking to reinvent the way that you actually interact with your, with the UI, the user interface inside of the actual virtual reality. So he's looking to do things where basically with your contacts, you can grab it, you can enlarge it, you can move it, you can put it wherever you want. And there's also going to be what he calls a twitcher, which basically is going to enable you to, at a click of a button or of your hand or whatever, you can be able to basically grab, for example, a video in YouTube and just grab it and then put it inside of your contact and share it with your contact. So basically the way we share stuff, he really wants to try and make it interactive as to how you can share content from one app to another app and bridge it together. So that's really what they're looking to do and apparently working on at the moment. How much is this going to cost them? Are they going to be able to go out with it and make it happen by Q4 22? I really don't know. I think that's why he's saying within the next 5 years, you're going to be able to buy a Deca Gear within the next 5 years. His words, not mine. So Q4 2022, let's see. But he says within the next 5 years. So next 5 years, definitely possible. By the end of Q4 2022, it's possible. Who knows? It is possible. Maybe they got better funding by then, etc., etc. I'm not going to say very tough because honestly speaking, you don't see me having a team of engineers working on a VR headset, do you? So I can't say it's impossible. Sky's the limit. Everything is possible. I'm just saying it would be fantastic to see it by Q4 2022. I'm just saying he said it at the beginning of the presentation that it will be within the next 5 years. So there's some disassociation in terms of when it's going to come out. But, let's just go back to the video. So I'm very excited because they're looking to, reinvent how you... you can tell that this guy is passionate. You can tell that it's a passion project. You can tell that he's serious about what he's doing because at the end of the day, they are working on stuff. They are working on stuff. There's nothing to say they're not. There's nothing to say they're not. And I'm very excited. And this leads me to the next update that they're actually developing. And this is what I'm excited the most, to be honest with you. Let me try and find it. Okay, it's somewhere in the presentation, but basically, what they're working on at the moment is the next browser. The Metaverse browser, guys, is what they're really, really working on. Here we go. Here it is.
For that, we've been innovative like crazy.
So basically what they're looking to do is, okay, I thought it was more elaborate, so sorry about that, guys. But basically what they're looking to do is to build a tool where you can browse the metaverse as much as you could browse using Google today. So you have all your different nodes in the metaverse, right? And whatever nodes are compatible, of course, to be able to be hosted on this tool that they're looking to host, right? Because that's the question. That's really the part where we're at in VR at the moment, or XR, or whatever you want to call it. In the metaverse, is everything is segregated. Everything is pushed in different directions. Oculus are doing Facebook, Meta are doing their own thing. HTC is doing the Vive port. Steam is doing the Steam. Everyone is everywhere. It's very difficult to be able to interact with all these different things unless apps are interchangeable or modular or whatever the word might be, where you can have a browser, and then you can start to browse all the different things, go boop, boop, and you just hop from one metaverse, one node to another node to another node to another node, whatever, regardless of the system that you might be. So it's integrating all the Steam, all the Vive port, all the Quest, all this kind of stuff, and just bringing it into one, and then being able to browse and have different experiences that you can then cross-share, not through just, as I mentioned, one specific store, but across multiple different stores or multiple different platforms. So this is something that they're looking to develop at the moment. And, I think that'll be fantastic to see the first virtual reality metaverse Google or Firefox or Deca Gear, right? But I mean, in terms of how you're going to be browsing all these various different worlds, these different nodes, because it's no longer going to be a 2D sheet where you're reading stuff. It's going to be much more interactive than that. And hopefully, of course, we can hop from one metaverse to another metaverse using this tool without having to leave the current metaverse that you're in, right? So I think that perhaps is something that they're looking to build, because they talk about a switcher which enables you to basically switch from one metaverse to another metaverse without having to leave the current app that you're in at the moment, whilst you're still immersed within the 3D or virtual reality environment. So that's basically the updates for today. And I really wanted to make it clear that this is no speculation. This is based on the presentation of Deca Gear, because recently, if I just transition over, this is what I really don't like, guys, about influencers in our space who are not very well educated, who are a bit young, who are a bit like, to create hype, to get views, all this kind of stuff. This is why we're a no-nonsense kind of channel, guys. There was a tweet very recently by Brad Lynch who reshared, this thing which was found inside of Discord, basically saying, for those who have been following the Deca Gear, I'm sorry to say that it probably won't happen. Stuff has happened internally that has prompted myself and several other team members to leave. It wasn't a scam, but the marketing was greatly exaggerated, and the company has pivoted in a direction I'm no longer comfortable with. Expect a full explanation video to come out sometime soon. Those of you with Deca Move orders should consider getting a refund. And this guy basically tweeted this and then tweeted here, Deca dead. So I naturally asked him, I said to him, not too long ago, Deca Gear said they would just increase the price. May we know who is the person who you blocked out on your screen, and why it was blocked out, as it's supposed to be public announcement. Then I went into the actual Discord, tried to fact check, obviously all this kind of stuff, because I don't want to spread rumors. It can really cripple businesses, guys. It's not something you do. I don't believe in this kind of stuff. And actually the founder, Kunzman, said, hi guys, not sure if you saw this message or not. Deca Move have already shipped to thousands and all recent orders are on the way. So the Deca Move is the actual, is the dongle that you put on your hip to be able to move in VR. Deca Gear promised you an update, still working on it, checking all the details of our new plan. But something here is true. All technologies and features we have talked about are demonstrated. We've developed or in development, sorry. Some are ready for production and some not yet. SLAM, for example, we will use a third-party solution for the Deca Gear XR2 because our in-house developed SLAM is not optimized for mobile devices. Also, point number 3, the above post came as a surprise and not backed by me in any way, and we are checking into this internally, and that's about it. So basically, he's saying that, this, whatever was posted in the Deca group, which I think is around, let me just find it very quickly. I think it was further higher up, if I'm not wrong. This video, by through again, I just don't agree with people speculating hype in terms of trying to tell, hey, this is closing down. This is not. Can you guys please wait for the actual facts by the actual manufacturer before we create hype? Come on, we were all so wrong about Meta, Facebook Quest releasing a potential new headset for Christmas. It just goes to show how wrong we can be, myself included. I was wrong. I'm just saying that at the end of the day, we shouldn't be hyping stuff that isn't true. It's that simple. All right, I can't actually find it, so very sorry about that, guys. But at the end of the day, let me just transition over again. At the end of the day, there is news about Deca Gear and what they're doing. They're trying to go out there, seek more funding. Obviously, they are late. Yes, that's true. Q4 2022 is when we're expecting something. However, because the presentation does say that it would be within the next 5 years, I can expect another delay That's just my opinion. That could be completely wrong. I'm not going to speculate. All right, guys, I'd like to thank you for watching today's video. Do remember, another reminder, there will be a giveaway of a brand new HP Reverb G2, also a brand new pair of Cybershoes sponsored by HP and Cybershoes, as well as a $50 voucher for any games that you want to buy, whether it's on the Quest store, the Viveport store, or the Steam VR store. And also we'll give away some keys to a fourth winner that I'm trying to finish at the moment with various different game studios. So sorry for the wait, but do make sure you enable your bell after you subscribe for the details as to how to enter. But of course, one of the details is subscribe to the channel and enable the bell. So you might as well do that right away. All right, guys, I'll see you in the future in the comments below and in a future video very soon. See you guys. Bye.